the first to know in Nsem-Pii TV.
Mineo Kasei Ghana Police Service ensa aka Kwame Bafo Abronye na yebeka ya before kra na yensa enyanka Kwame Bafo Abronye no aprosifo eto ne nsa ede frɛ ne se omra na omra mepie mu ewo won akache no ade se Kwame Bafo Abronye eka se yawada no de ontimi emma na owo baabi nti won entwen Monday ano papa onu ankasa ede ne ho ebeba ene abusuafo threat ahodo a Kwame Bafo Abronye se eba ne so no enya asem kotoa threat ne ba wie nso no frɛ CID headquarters ebiso omo se mo na mo de threat emamia omuntu se yenim nipa bi a ode set a ono etimi send that threat messages no ene Kwame Bafo Abronye ede ne ho akwa akopie mu ewo CID ema CID for ensa akan a one ahyase eye nhwehwemu na oman hene kwabena asante ni obi enso ede wona no tumbi na de enkonkotie
Moses abo eni nkomo sisi ana memra Moses akwa abete sen
Benua medasi obi na oswe
nya do me ho ye papa na sisi amu wa henfa
oh this year there me move me back to Kukumlemle because now me were headquarters for mo and I work 4th floor SIU but me were down on na me unse CID for no Nsem-Pii and then go for 2P and I'm on the call the pay my investigation me di chika kra me unse mo na koto NIB nti me wana me unse car na ede ne call no aba back with the 2 CID and on my floor top one and so sisi a me no kasa no the investigation my is over NIB to the no
na idi anope nyina ono a reporting ne ho to police CID mebo a
ono no reporting no go police CID
oduru ho be time me
time them in but maybe about around 10 going
around 10
yeah
and
11
he's been at the CID until now
yeah CID until 1 month or move on
omo ne call NIB
that's right
na ukọ ho no na one ne lawyers ne wo ho
na lawyers no top one mo ne lawyers ne wo ho nti be ba down say be bi ato nti me ba na me hu se o ma drop a omo ne eto ka ma omo de ne ko nti me wana some of the bloggers media phone na na ye dim command me hu se saka na sababio what men now omo ne ko no omo ba back and omo through top one
or any idea why police for Eton Safreno?
Last week, and Tama and Bano 2 na ye court na ye ko mamo court bela omo share ya ye court omo ye gelson and I may nya hint to be say yes we did the IGP attempt nti omo canon am so sa I said ya wa hado mo nkofo didi na akufo ado attempt and then omo nya one way no position omo position ade we there should be a way omo behwe mo di ye betu but se bibia ya si ekochi nipa bibia ekochi nipa bedu bibia nipa da send don't me control mo be na bibia si na so bia dem na na ide ato myself and I left eti endra and I no fi na police for no ammen ba me fi say omanya ntie say Abronye o me fi am say out every normal reward no every me fi be gate na pa be bomb no mo search me fi ni na e call the other house e ko search ye o ma hu bia e no mo so mo chi e de e ko e etime de sa na me chi but me nim say bibi su wo de
Inti omoba ofie no omo ka kire o say Abronye nti no omoba ofie
omo search ye no omo see omanya information say I'm keeping Abronye in my house. I'm say how Abronye is a no bono regi not chairman. However, menene has been 1 year ni mimi hu Abronye. And how would I keep Abronye in my house? But the war modos no let me resist it. And me ya no be abe me. I'm alone with my small brother. And to be momo kwan momo real mo follow momo search here. And I may confront to mo pain no. No pain is there because of Abronye nti no mo buy. To my almost search every There's one of my pickup ACQ on almost I said car winner Abronye AUS. Now I'm saying no, this car is not for Abronye. Me and me use me car. So I'm on your car. Definitely tombe some documents I will me team one e work car. And ya kasa esa na omodo koy and no power. Me nyantie say Abronye alcohol no makọ report no. Ti me we dey me na me koy. And at the end of the day, see, me back ako part office, ako bomb 24 man, na require a be fast. Na Ghana we are here word here. All we are in Nigeria to figure now. Present in Kasavi.
But said you waka no, o said you what and say almost say ODD IGP attempt into
that is what I heard.
And it's almost no.
Yeah.
But have you perchance heard any of the things our Kafa IGP what TB?
I can met my daddy me who back ako bisa when if me there de bia me pese me ka sama me nim de maker. I'm not far from the place. I can turn and go there. Omo catch and find omo kan tell me so na me kasa na ma hu de me chimaka.
No, I was even asking say Nioma omo chirema Abronye aka ediafa IGP ho no. What TB?
Yeah, audio no omo ma metie na IGP walusu then penny kasa I mean like insult maybe I criticize me or nyali juma ye that kind of things or IGP they were ni Dampare was not doing that those things that metie there's no any threat in Bia. It's all about it Bia insult and criticize.
Okay, and just say ODD IGP attempt na or criticize you know.
Sure.
And is that one threaten IGP from what you
No, I didn't the MT and the man who threatened West Biao.
But from the insult and criticism, no, Ufi say enye enough grounds for him to be arrested, Anna.
Sure, bro. There you are no more. I don't know who Mimia, the senior man. And then I can't say, yeah. Even Sammy David no cry.
FM.
Mo kan sembe bre e de tia ye e de di da na ado adanko akufado. E de no mo kan ye. Obi ankochi obi a. At least me there. Me baby amegina there. I don't support nyama bi say ye try to penny bi ana bibi. But I criticize there. It is allowed. It is allowed.
But criticism so different from bare insult. So would the attempt that's a bit different from criticizing.
This say you na tie audio na afi yetimi actually agin. Cause me there me tie ene there. Me gidi to me say why be bi kura na mo invite no kura na. I mean to do for na mo ne nkasa say me nua men kosi at least me IGP say
Protection from now till the period when my application will be assessed and granted by any of the countries I have applied to as attached below. I have attached all relevant documents establishing my Ghanaian citizenship, marked Exhibit A, grounds for seeking asylum. My request is based on consistent escalating political persecution, threats to my life, and systematic abuse of state security powers by the current government of Ghana. The key grounds are 1. Unlawful arrest and detention. In February 2025, shortly after the current NDC government assumed office, I became the first opposition politician to be invited, arrested, and detained by the National Investigations Bureau for over 13 hours. My arrest followed my public criticism of the government's crude, unfair, and blanket dismissal of over 150,000 Ghanaian workers without due cause and a call for their immediate reinstatement. During my detention, I was threatened, intimidated, and sternly warned that unless I cease criticizing the government, I will face more severe reprisals in the future. 2. Ongoing threats and intimidation. Since my release, I have received persistent threats, both verbal and electronic, via WhatsApp and SMS from individuals linked to the ruling party, including those currently holding government positions. Recently, I publicly questioned the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu, on an online TV program that I host for failing to address the worsening insecurity in Ghana per the recently released Global Peace Index report, particularly the tribal conflicts in the north and that have resulted in deaths and displacement, while instead of focusing on the selective arrest of opposition members for expressing personal opinions online, even when officers, members, and supporters of the ruling party have also said same or even worse. 3. Targeted harassment and threats of arrest. Following my public remarks, I received a threatening call from an individual claiming to be an investigator and identifying himself only as Mr. Seth, claiming to act on instructions of the IGP. He ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu, threatening that my failure to comply would result in being forcibly apprehended and dealt with mercilessly, that I won't come back to life. Through my lawyers, I officially wrote to the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, to verify if any official complaint had been lodged against me and if they had invited me. The Director General of CID, through the Secretary, informed my lawyers that they had not received nor initiated any criminal investigations against me, and rather directed my lawyers back to the supposed investigator, Mr. Seth, who when contacted, flatly refused to clarify and instead ominously stated, and I quote, "He refuses to come and we pick him up. He won't come back to life." A confidential source within the police later informed me of a secret meeting where plans had been finalized to arrest, detain, and brutalize me should I appear at the police headquarters. 4. Escalating pattern of persecution. In recent months, there has been a disturbing trend of opposition politicians being arrested and detained beyond the constitutionally mandated 48 hours without bail. This has created a climate of fear and intimidation where political opponents of the government are deliberately targeted. Based on these realities and the direct threats to my life and liberty, I am convinced that I and my family are in imminent grave danger. Legal protocols relied upon in the application. This application is respectfully grounded upon the following binding international legal instruments and guidelines. Okay. One, it talks about them, the 1951 Refugee Convention and 1967 Protocol.
And the various...
It talks about Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 14, affirming the applicant's right to seek asylum. 3, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Article 9 and 19, 1969 OAU Refugee Convention. And then the 5th one, UNHCR Guidelines on International Protection, recognizing that persecution of opposition, political, and denial of state protection fall within the Refugees Protection Framework. In conclusion, in the light of the above, and in genuine fear for my personal safety and that of my family, I respectfully seek political asylum and security protection in your country. I place my trust in your respected institution to consider my case urgently and to extend the necessary humanitarian assistance and protection under international conventions governing the rights of asylum seekers. And they say, for your kind attention, Kwame Bafo Abronye, Regional Chairman, Bono Region, New Patriotic Party. And the copy is to the UN Resident Coordinator Office, Resident Coordinator Ghana, Communications Officer UNCT, UNHCR Ghana Representative, UNDP Ghana, UNOWAS, UNOWAS Regional Mission, and the recipient embassies are Canada, Accra International GCCA, UK Embassy, German Embassy, United States, Cote d'Ivoire, Spain, France, Italy. And it says all correspondence can be sent via my personal email.
In any of these countries, no asylum, no open. But he raises very, very interesting issues. I think the government should take these serious. Mostly for the international image of our country. We've carved a certain image for ourselves. Minim say upon the invite, wako police Australia, When the police will invite you, based on what they are investigating, they can formally arrest you.
Okay.
No, my grant you bail.
Okay.
And I don't know if they have arrested him or will be arresting him and grant him bail subsequently. But this is not looking good. I mean, for the international image of the country, you know, it's
Obi,
not
but
good. We have to
point
manage
is,
it well.
I think that as a country we should try to move ahead of some of these things. You know, it's very, very important. And wherever I've always had challenges, and they be about
Yeah.
When it comes to the application of justice, there will be say it doesn't know A and it doesn't know B. So I expect same on every individual in this country.
Yes.
The application of selectivity in terms of justice is dangerous for us as a country. And then let me quote the former National Security Minister, Ira Kandapa, when he met the judiciary in a conversation, and he was frank to tell them that from the look of things and what he's hearing and seeing, you know, say, said the numeracy corner in terms of their rulings and their judgments now is not healthy. If we are not careful, it will create a certain impression. So lift that conversation, come and put it here this afternoon, that if we are not careful as a country and as a government, some of the actions and their inactions, it's creating a certain mindset for all of us to think through, especially with the approach. Uko era abofi.
Yes.
Now, officer mandated by Ghana to act on our behalf, on our dear rightful. Why do you jump walls?
So I'm jump here.
Yes, if you jump and obia sebi, on also feel say comfort not pay. What comes out of it? I don't know why.
Uniform.
I don't know why Abay after Abay, we have decided to frustrate and intimidate and to encourage this kind of thing in this country. It's very hurting. If you go to read what Olivia kindly actually go to Facebook and now, they be that some of the part don't chance a four we no careful. We should get away from that perception of when we have power, we will use it anyhow via our emotions and forget about the loss of the land and apply our emotions on the office that we have. We will not care about what you do again. And they should hear us. When that time comes up, we will not know who is powerful or who is not powerful. Because in short we are building a country that we all want, not a country that will suit a certain group of people. That is what we have done to ourselves up to this point. And I'm surprised that when you tell government after government, when they are in power and you are talking reality to them, they will always come back at you, insulting you. But the question is, whether 4 or 8 or 12 years, there is appointed time for every political party
to leave power.
That time will come. So, touch wood. So the next elections, who says the NDC is not in power, are the people occupying positions now thinking through what the future holds for them? We don't build a country like that. Because the space now is not comfortable.
And I was a bit shocked. As already Abronye way, you know.
Yeah.
As a meteo baby, so say police for no in or say he ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu.
Obi, we talk about insults in this country. We talk about insults. We want insults to be a question for all of us to discuss in this country. People in power and out of power. We talk about insults.
And we've sat here to say, sir, this thing I do level as say obi abie na no atemdidie ni yedi we atem. When you are in opposition, it will sound all sweet because it favors your cause. But over power, you would say enye exciting sao when people are insulting you. And that is where we are. That's where we are.
Well, do you mean
my meaning say Abronye is being moved from police CID to NIB, National Investigations Bureau. My meaning